Before we get rolling, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you want to stay in the loop with all things SWAT, S.W.A.T, and beyond. Have you ever rooted so hard for a character only to watch the show's writers flip their story upside down at the last minute? And that's exactly what fans witnessed with Commander Hicks in SWAT. Season 8, the roller coaster of his career took a nosedive, then awkwardly soared back up. But something about that landing just didn't sit right. Do This was designed to see Entitled for a Minute doing it all and doing a famous male or leader even more famous. Every episode, viewers wondered if he'd stay on as commander or if the endless shifting winds and leadership would finally shove him out the door. The suspense reached its peak just after Hicks handed in his resignation. And then Deputy Chief Bennett, whose husband turned out to be pulling major fraud, had to admit that she was wrong to doubt him. But it made for it made for dramatic television. Hicks swooped in to help the team round up the escaped prisoners, cracked open Bennett's husband's criminal activities, and even let Bennett herself arrest her spouse. And for a moment, it looked like everything was getting tied up in a neat package, with Bennett offering Hicks his old job back so long as he'd stay on the team. And but then came the moment that left longtime fans scratching their heads. Hicks, usually the toughest, most unflappable guy in the room, told Ando he was tired of all the political drama and power games and honestly just sick of fighting for his place. That wasn't the Commander Hicks everyone had been following for 8 seasons. A man who always put his team first, stuck to his principles, and never shied away from a little conflict if it meant doing the right thing. The way his arc wrapped up, Hicks seemed to just slip quietly back into his old role without much of a fight, undoing so much of the growth and a stubborn grit he'd shown in earlier episodes. And that short conversation with Hondo where Hicks threw in the towel made his return feel like a half-hearted sequel rather than a crowning moment. What if things had played out differently? Imagine if Bennett's reforms, forced Hicks out earlier in the season, giving him and Hondo new conflict to tackle, maybe with Hicks struggling to adjust to life after SWAT. And then after some time away, he could have returned for one big rescue, earning back his badge and leaving audiences cheering. Instead, the rapid switcheroo, one episode he's out, the next he's back, left everyone feeling like the final send-off got snatched away at the last minute. It was almost like getting cake for your birthday, but it's just frosting and no cake. Tastes sweet, still kind of hollow inside. On a lighter note, if Commander Hicks really wanted to dodge workplace drama, maybe you should have just switched to being a pastry chef. A lot safer, unless you count the risk of stepping on a rogue eclair. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, Aid.